Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy. With me is Nick Millet, and just joining us now is Irene from Spooky Japan. Hey,
Good to see
Irene.
you, Irene.
Good to see
Hey,
you. Yes. So today is a first on the FearFans podcast. Typically, we have been covering, movies and TV shows covering horror and supernatural. But I figured, if we're covering the horror genre, why stop there? We can. So I decided we should also cover video games as well. And with no better game to start with than the game that basically created the genre of survival horror, and that is Resident Evil. And Irene, this game actually was created in Japan in 1996, or released in 1996.
okay.
Yeah, it was released under the name Biohazard.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Oh yes, and this over time it grew it became hugely a successful franchise. In fact, I believe it is the most financially successful horror video game franchise of all time,
Mm-hmm.
and among the most recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people are going to ask. Sorry, Don. People are already going to be asking this question numerous times, so I'm just going to say this now. Notice you guys have been noticing I've been covering one of my eyes up. No, Chris, I didn't get bit by a zombie. No, I didn't.
How do we know?
I actually have if you guys are familiar with a sty, it's like kind of like a zit underneath your eyelids. So
Oh man.
It's been a pain in the ass. It's very annoying. And now that, Irene's here, and if anybody else does show up, Don, I might have to get up a few times just to keep this washcloth warm, because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Oh man.
You got kissed by a zombie. That's what it means.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I
Hey,
did.
Ray.
I never even noticed.
Hey, Senti. Yes,
I
first.
haven't lost it.
Nonetheless, though, it sucks. That's for sure. It's not fun.
Oh yes. So to give everybody just to remind everybody, I would like to show the trailer. Here's the teaser trailer of the remastered version, because basically what we're doing is we're mainly focusing on the 2002 remake of the 1996 game, because the 2000 remake is where they really stepped it up and made it more terrifying than the original.
Mhm.
Because it's like with remakes, they have a history of being hard to do, but in this instance, it feels like there was a lot to improve on in the game, and so I want to show everybody the 2002 remastered trailer here. Let me just open here. Let me go ahead and open this up. Hang on. Where is that control? Oh, here. Okay, present, show screen.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what this is going to show, too.
Mhm.
Nice dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. My son played that game.
The show must go on. It's not like we're out of this yet.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
No.
Chris!
Yes, that famous
Mm.
Wow. Oh, there's more to it.
Wow.
Yeah. Very creepy.
Yes, and that moaning, I know exactly who that was. That was a boss that you encounter later on in the game named Lisa Trevor, and she's
Mhm.
among the most tragic of all the like Resident Evil villains because that she's like a prime example of why the Umbrella Corporation, the organization in the game that's responsible for everything that's happening, why
Mhm.
to me, as far like Umbrella is like among the most like
Mhm.
ruthless and morally depraved organization. Like what they are is a pharmaceutical company,
Yeah.
and they've been experimenting with viruses to create these weapons, like bioorganic weapons, like super soldiers
Mhm.
for the military. But that experiment went horribly wrong and resulted in when people get infected with with the T virus, they become zombies. When
Mhm.
animals become infected, it becomes something much worse. And
As- There
Joe,
was
I
a
have a sty in my
daughter.
eye. That's what.
There was
That's
a daughter of the scientist
yes,
that they
be right
saved,
back.
or they had to save, and then there was another one that got infected with the T virus, and she started lashing out at people and scratching people.
oh
It was really creepy because my son played that game over and over again.
yeah, I don't blame him for playing it over and over again. That game does have replayability with characters that you could play as the different the
Mm-hmm.
different endings in the first game. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like just the first game alone had a lot going for it, and the set that setting inside that creepy Spencer mansion, which was named after Oswald E. Spencer, who was one of the high ranking members of the Umbrella Corporation, and the Umbrella that mansion was basically a facility in disguise. Like inside that mansion, there was a lab where they were experimenting with the T virus,
Yeah.
but the virus leaked and infected the staff, all the
Mhm.
scientists, the lab workers, and also trespassers who just happened to wander onto that mansion.
There was a woman who was the lead scientist. She was really kooky, like really,
Yes.
and she infected a lot of people, and she lashed out at a lot of people too.
Oh yes. Yeah, that T virus basically like when it affects like people like transforms into zombies, they are limited to two things: the basic motor functions and the constant craving for human flesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think you'd have to use a special shot to help you come over if you want to get uh, a vaccine for it. I
Well,
think that,
yes. To In order to heal up from your injuries in that game, you have to like mix these herbs, these plants that
yeah.
that you pick up throughout the game. There are like different types of plants. There is the green plant, which is like the
Mm-hmm.
basic one, that heals you. But you mix it with a red herb, the red plant that increases the effect of the green plant. And there's
Mm-hmm.
also in this game the blue plant, the blue herb, which heals poison because there are several different things that can poison you in this game, such as
Yeah,
wasps and also a giant snake named Yawn.
Wait, there's
yeah,
wasps in this game? I because I
Oh
played
yeah.
it for a little while. I never knew there were wasps.
Oh yeah, because the T virus works in pretty crazy ways. And doesn't just infect and mutate people; it just does that to just about any animal.
yeah,
And yeah, it's like, and if Umbrella was a real organization and the T virus was real, I'm pretty sure the animal testing like the animal testing alone would have driven PETA crazy.
yeah. Dogs, especially,
Oh yes,
yeah,
yeah, the dog.
dogs are really got infected, and you have to run away from the dogs, or you have to shoot the dogs.
Yes, that is very true. Yeah, the dogs in those dogs that we saw in the beginning, that's like the first like monster you encounter. Where these things are actually called Cerberus, which are mutated Doberman pinchers,
Yeah.
which is crazy because my sister Kristen used to have a Doberman pinscher named Morgan. So I'm just like, wow.
Don't worry, Chris. I'm not wearing any makeup.
Yes. And also it's crazy because the first three games we get a whole bunch we have to deal with a whole bunch of these Cerberus, which are always Doberman pinchers. I'm guessing in Raccoon City there are no other kinds of dogs. There's no German shepherds, there's no boxers, no poodles, nothing, just pinchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I find that highly unlikely that a city just has just one type of dog to own.
Oh, didn't they use them in didn't they have them in cages in the police department too, didn't they?
Yes, that's in the second and third game where it takes
Yeah.
place where it takes place in Raccoon City, which is
Yeah.
like the home for the Umbrella Corporation, and also
Mhm.
Umbrella has its roots has corrupted like all the officials in the city, especially that crooked police chief Irons. You know,
Yeah.
taking bribes from them to keep the police out of their research, out of investigating Umbrella Corporation. Yeah, because like I said, Umbrella, they're all a bunch of scumbags.
Yeah.
And you know, be thankful. And I actually do have this. Wait, hang on. I should be wearing this for the show. Hang on one second.
While you're looking at that, Chris suggested something else for my eye. Teabag your eye too instead of the compress. I didn't know you could do that for a sty. Have to give that a shot after the show then. Well, a black tea bag. Okay.
Okay.
I'm surprised I didn't wear this in the beginning.
What's that? Ooh, that's neat.
Yeah, I bought it a few years ago, and my parents saw that. They were just like, "Oh, is Umbrella a corporation? What is that? Is that like a company you support?" And I'm like, they thought it was a real organization, and I'm just like, and I said, "No,
Oh,
Mom,
that's one of them that you don't want to support.
no,
Yeah.
no." I told my mom, "No, it is not a real organization, and you should be very thankful for that."
Oh, look who just joined in.
Hey, Tom.
Pickle Tom.
How are you doing, Nick?
A zombie bit him.
You're not the first
Yeah.
person to ask me that question. I got yes, Billy. Yeah, I'm fine. I got a sty. You know what that is, Tom? Or
I do. I
Yeah.
do. But I don't know that would help it. Wait,
Hmm.
is it cold or warm?
it's warm. It's supposed to be warm because they say you're supposed. Don't mean to sound gross or anything. You're supposed to have it warm to open it up.
Right.
That's
Hey,
what she
hey,
said.
Nick, just be careful. Those are the early symptoms of the T virus.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let me see what Chris here just said. Whoa,
Holy crap.
geez. Instead of using a warm cloth compress, you could use a warm tea bag. Black tea works best because it helps reduce swelling, has antibacterial properties. Add boiled water to a mug, then drop a tea bag if you were making tea. Let
Yeah.
the tea steep for about 1 minute. Wait until the tea bag cools enough to place over your eye, and keep it over your eye for about 5 to 10 minutes. Warm it up every 30 seconds by placing it in warm water and wringing it. Use a separate tea bag for each eye.
And I will say that black tea is usually what you'll find in your regular tea bags, like Lipton, Tetley, things like that. That's usually black tea, like your standard tea.
Okay.
So if you happen to have tea bags in your house,
Well, I got to
give it a
run.
shot.
Well, when I do, I have to get up a few times, just to keep this warmed up. But, since my parents are upstairs, I'll definitely ask them about it.
Yeah.
So here, I wanted to give you guys like a little example of. We were just talking about the Cerberus, and just wanted to give you guys a little bit of the idea of what these things are whenever you encounter them. Hang on, because they're one of the most constant things throughout the game. They're like some people call them zombie dogs, but I prefer the term Cerberus because it's from Greek mythology.
Well, but Cerberus had
three-headed dog.
multiple
guardian.
heads, so
Yeah, the guardian of the underworld.
Mm.
Yeah.
What, am I wrong though? That Cerberus had like multiple heads.
Yeah, it had 3 heads.
This one had just one. Okay. Oh, here he's playing as Jill, whoever this is.
There he comes.
Oh, I forgot how fast they were.
They're like
Yeah.
Dobermans.
They are.
They are.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they are. They are Doberman pinchers, and it feels weird. And that just feels weird because thinking that because like I was telling them, my sister owned a Doberman pincher named Morgan.
I got bit by a Doberman pinscher when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, here Billy's asking, how do you compare Umbrella with OCP? Oh, he's referring to OCP from RoboCop.
Mm.
Yeah, another corrupt organization. But yeah, I feel like Umbrella is much more sinister because they're basically playing God by experimenting with these viruses that create monsters like what you just saw on here, with no regard for human life, no regard for for the madness that they're bringing into the world.
Not
Yeah.
to be confused with OPP. Who's down with OPP? Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
way,
also,
way back.
I am. And also, the Resident Evil had contained what this game is like. There's all these different characters that are part of they're a police unit called Special Tactics and Rescue Service, also known as STARS for short. And they're like
Yep.
investigating the Spencer Mansion because they were like investigating these cases of cannibalistic killings, like people who were eaten, and obviously was done by zombies and monsters, which we find out later. and they retreat into the mansion only to find that it's infested with all these zombies, all these creatures, and they're trying to find the source of it, which turns out to be Umbrella. And the man who was in charge of the unit, Wesker, was the main villain all along, acting as an Umbrella double agent. I mean, come on, the guy wears sunglasses indoors at night, and the only person who can get away with that is Corey Hart.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
right.
say. I was just thinking of that song by
So
Corey
I
Hart.
can watch you every movie. Anyway. But no, I do remember playing the original Resident Evil, and I remember it was like the first video game where you had to get like different types of plants and put them together to make something else, and you know what I mean, like the plants were represented by like what was it like little squares, like a green square and a red square.
Yes,
and you put them together to make like an antidote or whatever.
yes, that's what makes Resident Evil unique, is that it doesn't just it's not just about killing zombies and monsters. It challenges you with puzzles and also with item management, because there's limited ammo in the game. It becomes even more scarce depending on what difficulty you're on. Like if you're playing on the easy mode, it's like you can find ammo like almost just about everywhere, but it becomes more scarce on the harder modes. So it has that conserving your ammo to survive. So hence survival horror.
So it was like a combination of different games that led up to that point. Like you had the shooter aspect, of course. You had the puzzle things, which I'm trying to remember the name of that game. It just had like a one letter, and it was on like a really early game system, but it was like an early 3D game system. Like it wasn't just 2D. I'm trying to think. Was
Did
it
you
the
also have
3DO?
type your save mode on it too, where you have to go to there, you have to save your what you found and everything else like that, right?
Well,
Oh, yes.
yeah. I
Even
mean,
even
that
the
goes
save
back to
are
the
limited.
2D games, though. Like even
yeah.
like say Metroid 2, you had certain save points that you had to get to save your progress.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Hey, good to see you. Yes, I'm doing well. And so yeah, like that's the thing. Even saving the game is limited too. You have to use like ink ribbons and a typewriter to save the game, and the ink ribbons are limited.
yeah.
So yeah. Oh, here. Yes. Yeah, the remake came out around the same time as the first Resident Evil movie. Yeah, that was 2002. And
Yeah.
to be perfectly honest, I was never very fond of the live action Resident Evil movies by Paul W.S. Anderson, because to me, it just felt more like Resident Evil fan fiction than anything else. If it
Wasn't
doesn't
that
feel, yeah,
the chick from the Fifth Element?
yes,
And
who he eventually married, Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Yes, the
See,
Fifth Element. Now that was
Lilo
good.
Dallas Multipass.
Yes, now
See,
that was a good movie.
I've never actually seen the Resident Evil movies.
I
mean,
thought
I've
you were
seen
going to say you
promos.
never saw the Fifth Element. I was about to slap you through the screen.
No, I've seen. No, I've seen that, but no, I haven't actually. I've seen promos for the Resident Evil movies, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I watched the first couple movies.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything after that. But
Well, yeah, it really goes off the rails over time. They keep throwing in characters and keeping them out, then just have them disappear from the next movie without rhyme or reason. Yeah,
Yes.
and also they left some seriously important elements of the Resident Evil 2 and 3 games, which the second film, Resident Evil Apocalypse, was based on. There's no Dr. William Birkin, who played a huge role in the second game, like because he's like, you find out he's one of the main reasons why the virus like spread throughout the city. And yeah, there's no like crooked police chief. There's no, I mean, there is Jill Valentine. There's no Leon Kennedy until like later on in the franchise of the movies. And it was a mess.
Yeah.
Complete mess.
Well, we are severely lacking in people on this feed, man.
Yeah, like some people have, like, I know Kate is feeling sick, which Kate, if you're watching this, hope you get better. And let's see, who else? Yeah, Joe. He didn't come on here because he's never played the games.
Well, I mean, I played it a little, but I mean, I can still add some comedic value.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, I can do some stuff, and
yeah. And yeah, Billy, the first Resident Evil movie was actually pretty good for what it was at the time. I mean, even though it didn't have any like characters from the movie, I do like the way they depicted the Cerberus, and also the way they did the liquor, which didn't even appear in the games until the second game. But
I didn't watch the Umbrella Corporation.
me neither.
Like, I had no desire. I'm like, come on, you guys are overdoing this shit now.
They're just milking the hell out of it.
Yeah, I really.
And now, but what's funny to me about the movie is that the Cerberus, the dogs, were like the hardest thing to work with in the movie because all the Doberman pinchers that they got in the movie, all the makeup, they just kept licking their makeup off.
They kept pinching people. They're like, come here, come here, come here.
Why do I get the singing feeling that, like, well, and Don, you know this. Why do I get the singing feeling Mabel would probably do something like that if I had her in a movie like that?
Oh, man. Oh, and
there was a question Chris asked, saying the real Resident Evil town is in Pennsylvania.
I think. Well, no, it wasn't Resident Evil. It was another.
Oh, that was Silent Hill.
It was Silent Hill.
You're
that was Centralia.
I think they based Raccoon City on Toronto because I mean in the movies they so obviously filmed it in Toronto. Like they show the Toronto skyline, and the Umbrella headquarters in the movie was actually Toronto City Hall in real life.
Yeah,
it's like they could not have made it. It's like you tried so hard to make it a fictional city, but it's like no, you're just like when you know the landmarks, then you're not buying it.
Just out of curiosity, I just got to ask, since some people are talking that. Tom, how far are you like from Centralia? Speaking of which, are you
Centralia? Well, as the name depicts, is more like central PA, and I'm in southeastern PA. So if you can picture, Pennsylvania is like a rectangle, basically, with like a little chimney in the upper left-hand side.
Yeah,
that's Erie, Pennsylvania, by the way, which half of that population is my family.
Oh.
No lie, my great grandmother, when she died, she had 103 great grandchildren.
Oh my God!
And that was then. She had more after that.
Wow.
But she had like 20 kids. So, but so I'm in like southeastern, so that's like central PA. And I do intend on going there at some point.
What's up, Jill?
Jill said, "Well, Tom's here, so I guess I'll come on."
Yes.
You know?
Hi.
Yeah, thanks for so much tuning in. Thanks for joining us.
Here, just for you, I'll take off.
Yep. And I love how you changed your name to Jill Valentine. Yes, I wanted to mention the characters in this. Like, who do you
guys? We're changing our names. I got to change mine.
Yeah. Oh man. So when it's like for anybody who I want to ask this to not just you guys but to the audience. So when you play the first Resident Evil, who do you love playing as? Either Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, because both of them like have their different challenges and also different interactions with certain characters. Like Jill is like the easiest to work with. Like when you want to. Because when you want to warm up in the game, because she has the most inventory slots, so you can pick up more items, and she has interactions with Barry. And Chris can pick up less items, and he has interactions with Rebecca Chambers, the youngest member of the team. 19 years old and was already a cop. Crazy, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. And so Barry, and then there's Wesker, who was the obvious villain, always wearing his sunglasses. Oh, and speaking of sunglasses. Nick, you there, man?
He's gone.
Okay. Speaking of sunglasses,
I changed my name now. Oh man.
Oh boy.
I don't have any sunglasses up there.
Hey, you brand new Oakleys. Just picked them up today. Just picked them up today at the mall.
I got a chicken.
Okay. Oh, and also, hang on. Wait for it. Hang on. Present, share screen. Here. Who wore it better?
Don.
Yeah, seriously. I just got these Oakleys today, and I absolutely love them.
Mr. Anderson.
I was thinking Matrix. Yeah.
Matrix, yeah. Yeah. Matrix, Wesker, yeah, all these guys. Let's see. Oh, here. Leon says he likes playing as Chris. So yeah, Chris, he's like the more challenging of the two, but yeah, it's fun to play. Yeah, like there's so much challenge. Like the thing is about the whole survival horror aspect of this, I forgot to mention that there are times where you have to kill the zombie, like you have no choice, but there are times where you have to like outmaneuver them, in order to conserve ammo. Like there's always that one that's on that circular balcony. I always just, like go the other way to avoid him, so I don't have to waste bullets. Yeah,
or you have to punch them. Or kick them or something like that, right?
Like melee weapon, yeah. So like Yeah, sometimes I just taunt the zombie. I'm just like, hey, fresh meat right here. You want it? Come and get it. And I'm just like constantly running from him, and I'm like, how is this for fast food? Yeah. Oh,
You okay,
Tom.
Nick?
Yeah, I got a sty on my eye, so that's why I got a washcloth over it right now.
Well, or he's got an eye on his thigh. I mean, we haven't figured that out yet.
He could be infected. You know, Umbrella may be responsible. We don't know yet.
Mhm.
He might be.
Try
he
a
might be.
spoon on your eye. Put a spoon.
Spoon.
Oh, here, Nick. Here's what you.
Well,
do.
then we can call you Spoon Man.
Yep. Here, Nick. If you need to hide that, you need these.
You know, I would, but you know that's not going to help. Obviously, the
Mr.
infection.
Mouillet.
Of course, it will help hide them. Of course, this will help hide them. These are Oakleys.
Come
That
on.
would actually be
That will
better,
help
and I
you
was
hide
just
them.
thinking-
Come on. You
You
have
know
to
what I
put
was
them
actually
on.
just thinking, and
Get
Jill
in
and
the
Irene, you're
temple.
probably going to
Gotta
think
be
this
back.
too. I almost thought about wearing an eye patch like Jeremy did. You know, like when he was covering.
Put the wet towel down. Come on. Put on the glasses. Come on.
Or I could use some healing on you, Nick.
That'd be
Yeah, here we
great.
go.
It's Reiki time.
Oh man. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Danielson,
Oh my god.
show me sand the floor.
Don't
Paint
do
the
that.
fence.
Yeah. So, Jill, we were like talking earlier about some of the different types of creatures that evolved from that T virus that turns people into zombies in the game. Yeah, like the most common, the most notable are the Cerberus, the dogs that become infected. And apparently, like either it only affects. I have two theories about why it's just Doberman Pinschers. Either it just affects Doberman Pinschers, or Raccoon City, the world of Resident Evil, just doesn't have any other type of dog.
I think they were the police dogs.
They were.
Doberman Pinschers.
Yeah. Doberman Pinschers and German Shepherds are tentatively the most common used police dog. What is?
I'm not sure what I don't know what he's
I
doing
don't know
either.
what that is.
It's a Doberman Pinscher.
Pinscher.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. You try doing that to a Cerberus, it'll bite your hand off.
That's all right. It'll work once anyway.
Oh yeah. My God.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah,
But
like
then I'll have superhuman powers.
no, you would not.
Yeah,
With the T virus, no, you would not.
You would at least have
And-
pickle powers.
Oh my God.
Hey, look at me. I got pickle plowers. Plowers? Where did I say plowers? I got pickle powers. I pinched a dog and now look at me. I just what? Look at me. I'm putting these two plants together and I made an antidote. I'm an antidote. Look at me, Morty. I'm antidote Rick.
Oh yes. And like here's what happens like if you in the game, I wanted to share this too. Like you're inside this mansion, right? The Spencer mansion, and you're not like you're trapped in there. There's a bunch of Cerberus outside, and there's one thing you can do in this game where it's not a good idea to do in the remake, where if you open the door here of the front door of the place, here's what happens.
Hold the door.
Oh yes, I remember this part because they're right outside. Yeah,
And here's the remake.
yeah. They one of them just runs right in.
Yeah.
They sound like walkers from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too, and because I actually did play, I made that mistake one time, Don, when I was trying it out on Steam for the first time, and yeah, you told me I paid the ultimate price by letting one of them in, but I did manage to kill it though.
Oh yes, I remember, and I warned you not to open that door. You didn't listen.
Well, the funny part, the good part is, I mean, after you shoot and kill it, if you try doing it a second time, it will not let you. It will not show that repeated animation again. It only happens once.
Oh my
So wait, Nick, you have Steam.
Yeah, I have.
You
believe it or not,
need to download Golf It.
Golf It.
Yes, like Golf It. Practice that because Dom is about to start practicing it, and we're going to start doing it live.
Mm.
Here, hold on. I'm actually.
It's like a mini golf game, kind of.
Is it the Golf It. Is that the one that's $8.99?
Yes.
All right, I found it. I got it.
Yes.
Nice.
We're gonna start playing that. I got to teach Dom how to play it, and we're gonna start doing it live.
Okay,
I don't know
on
how to golf.
DB3. But this is a simple game. It's just with your mouse. You just hold the mouse button and you hold back, and then you let go of the mouse button as you go forward. That's
Okay.
about it. You
Oh, you
just
have to
aim it
finger?
otherwise.
Oh, Joe, nice.
And we're severely thinking about doing that. Plus, there's an Uno game on there, which is also fun.
Uno. I used to
But
play
the
that game
problem
a lot.
is whoever is broadcasting it, whoever is playing it could look at the broadcast and see what their cards are. So
that's right. Yeah.
That's the issue there. So we got to figure that one out. But
Well, as far as for Golf It, I mean, if you guys are looking for me to do it, all right.
yeah,
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
it'll be a bunch of us getting frustrated and cursing and all that kind of stuff. It'll be great. People
Nice.
will love it.
Fun.
Yeah. Oh, here's something I've been meaning to show you guys. It's like when you first start this game, it's like just when you've been just survived and attacked by a bunch of zombified dogs, and you're like inside this mansion, and it's like everything just seems creepy enough, right? But here's what really gets the game going. Like lets you know what you're in for. Here, let me just present here.
And I got something to present too. That's an association.
I got something to present too.
Yeah,
We
no,
can't show it on here.
Oh my god. Okay.
No,
Anyway,
it's actually
here-
in association with Resident Evil. I'll
okay.
start afterwards.
Here is when you first go. This is like the second door you go through. You're in a hallway, right?
Yeah. Oh yes, this part.
Yeah.
I remember this. Oh yes.
Lilu Dallas multipass.
Oh my god.
Bada
Oh,
boom.
you gotta shoot him in the head, right between the eye.
Yes.
Bada bing boom.
Just that moment alone sets the tone for the entire game. Like
Yeah,
that moment is so iconic. Like you go around a corner, you encounter a zombie, and it just turns its head. Oh
Well,
my god.
And I got something just similar to that, Don, because
Oh,
it's actually music, but this wasn't in this modern version, but I'll still play it anyway. I'm sure also remember this. We remember this music too, which does have that image in it, just like a drawing though. Check this out. So remember this?
Oh yes.
Wasn't that the cover of the game or
Yeah,
something?
from the first game. That's one of the box
Yeah.
arts. Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
Well, that music that they played in the original is just outright terrifying.
It is. Just don't, as long as it's not from the uncut version. The uncut version of the game, that one had some terrible music.
This music to me was so creepy that I actually have this on my Halloween music list.
And then he starts dancing like the Six Flags guy. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's just incredible. It's outright frightening.
Look, is that Michael Jackson? Look at that. That's the same nose, man.
Oh my god.
Zombie. MJ.
What? That's him from Thriller. Look at that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to play a sample of it because it goes for another minute.
Oh
It's
yes.
close to midnight.
Oh my god.
Something evil's
Here's the
lurking
cover from the
around.
original game when it first came out on the PlayStation in '96.
Yeah, that looked boring.
Yeah, it kind of does. This is one of the things. There's some many things about the original version did not age well. Like, look at this here. There's looks like spiders on both sides, like a tarantula. And this guy, I'm guessing this is supposed to be Chris. And like, what is he holding there? It looks like a cross between a machine gun and a shotgun. Like, what the hell is that?
And both halves of his face do not match up. Like,
No,
there's
they
no
don't.
way
I
you
was
can do
gonna-
that.
It actually looks more like a action game than a horror game.
Yep. And here, and like that's just one of the reasons why that game was remade. Here, let me. In fact, here's one of the biggest things. One of the biggest reasons why the game got remade in the first place.
Here's a big.
While you're doing
thing.
that, I got to show what Chris just said. He's like, you should check out that FearFans podcast. I heard they are pretty good because it was showing in the links on the side. If you guys know,
Well,
FearFans.
I mean, let's be honest. It's that guy from that YouTube channel that makes the show. What's his name? Tom.
You know what? Very
Very
quickly, Don.
Yes?
I got to do this real quick.
It's not me.
Okay, all right. What do you got?
Yeah, let's check out that FearFans show, shall we?
Oh wow!
Oh, wait a second. Wait, it's us. Let's check out that FearFans show, shall we?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
We're not playing. Wait, it's Inception.
You know what? All I gotta say one thing right now is, looks like you guys are seeing double.
Well, you could do the same by just sharing your current screen too. You know,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and let me introduce you guys to one of the biggest reasons why the game got remade in 2002. Because remember, 1996. This is before voice acting was taken seriously.
Well, in video games.
Is this?
Oh,
Wow.
this is the original. Okay.
Mansion.
Mansion.
Oh,
Echo.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
I wish I had my soundboard.
Stop it. Don't open that door.
Oh, here. Wait, hang on.
Who is it?
The first floor, okay?
Wait, what?
And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking.
Here's a
take it with
lockpick
you.
I'm handing to you from 6 feet away.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's separate again.
Just a moment.
Wait.
I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's
A
really
weapon?
powerful, especially against living things.
Wow, really powerful against living things as opposed to things that are not living.
Right. Well, you are going against zombies and they're not technically living. And
Oh, here's the best one. Here. Wait.
Stay away from the door, Jill. I'm gonna kick this door down.
that sounded like Mr. Burns.
It kind of did, actually.
Hurry. This way.
Oh, Barry!
Come on, over here.
That was too
There's-
close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
I'd love to have a Jill sandwich.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, I wasn't implying anything on the current. I was just listen. That was on the clip. I'm all right. I'm going to shut up
Oh, yeah.
now. because-
That bad dialogue was that just that bad dialogue in that part alone was so iconic. In fact, like it's like here's a little something that I came across in one of my all-time favorite Jill sandwich. Yes.
No
exactly.
I just- listen.
Here's something I came across when I was playing Dead Rising, the first one. The store, Jill's Sandwiches. It's a
What?
restaurant.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You seem quite famous in Resident Evil, Jill.
Yes.
Especially with your sandwiches.
Yes, he makes the best sandwiches.
Are they roast beef? All right, no, we're not.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Billy, does
We are-
he say Jill sandwich in the remake? No, he does not. He says, "Oh man, a second later you would have fit nicely into a sandwich." That's what Barry said. Like he didn't say Jill sandwich.
Oh.
And also that whole master of unlocking line is used like referenced in different games. So, oh my god.
Master.
in Japan, Nintendo picked it up.
Yes, that's right. This the remake it was in 2002 was originally released on the GameCube for some reason.
Mm-mm. It was not GameCube, but the other one.
PS.
Oh,
What was
Nintendo.
after the?
oh yeah, there were some games that were released on the Nintendo 64. Yeah, like Resident Evil.
Really?
Resident Evil 2, yes, was released on
And-
N64.
The other one came after 64. I forgot the name of it.
The Wii.
Came out on Wii.
Yes.
Wii.
Yeah,
the
that's
Wii
right.
was after the GameCube.
Yeah, they did release a version of this on the Wii. Yeah, that's right.
And you know what? We still have it. They have a weapon here. I think I can find it.
Yep.
My have it upstairs. Hold
Hey,
on.
that's right, Billy.
The,
Like,
the
Resident
best
Evil 4,
game to play on the Wii was bowling.
Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 0 were released on the GameCube. That's right, Billy.
Hold on.
Strike.
It was this thing here that they used. It
Oh
had
yeah,
a,
I had those. I had one of those.
you put the Wii in here and then you kind of like use this thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like
You put the Wii in there.
Get out of Chris.
Yep, that's right. Oh man, yeah, like
Says, I'm gonna put my Wii in there.
yeah.
you
Wow.
Wii.
Wow, Tom. All right. Oh, Leon, yes, they did release. I think they released that on the Dreamcast as well. Oh, here. Billy's saying Resident Evil 0 was originally supposed to be on the N64, but it was canceled and they remade it. And it was on the GameCube. You're absolutely right. Resident Evil 0 was like the prequel of the first game of the GameCube remake. Yeah,
It was probably more censored than like the PlayStation version.
Yeah.
I would think, because Nintendo had a tendency to do that kind of stuff.
Not in
Censor it
Japan,
more.
it was like blood and guts all over the place.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
in the uncut version of the original version of the game, yes, there was it was much. Just the intro alone was more graphic. It was showing when they were shooting the Cerberus, like it showed their faces like pulling, like spewing out blood, and one had its eye out.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, wow.
they did that here too. They didn't censor anything. It just like you could see that.
The far cry from when they first came out with Mortal Kombat on the Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh, Nick is gone again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They
man.
have a new game in Japan where I think you put on this thing on your eyes and you have
The Oculus.
And, yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's like you're going through this haunted house. You have the K2 meter. You have the RAM pod.
Oh, what's the name of that game, Don? You know.
There is. I was shown footage of that game. I can't remember the name of it. I know it's VR.
Yeah. But it's VR, but there's also a non-VR version too.
Yeah. You can play on it.
Phasmophobia.
Yeah. Plasmophobia.
Nick was telling me about that.
Yeah, my
It's
kids
actually
play-
pretty cool.
My sons play that game now.
It can
nice.
scare the shit out of you, but
Yeah.
you can scare the shit out of each other on that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They also released a VR for Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah.
Love Resident
Wow.
Evil 4. I got to do that. And yeah, one thing.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You all right, Nick?
Yeah, I just had to warm up the washcloth.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hope it's getting better, man.
Definitely doesn't feel good though. It does kind of sting at times.
Man.
I can come over and make it feel good.
Use the spoon, like I said. Spoon.
Oh, I'll give you some Japanese moonshine. That'll make you feel good in 2 seconds.
I'll give you some beer. That'll make you feel good, really good too. I'm just saying. You know.
Have some nice warm
Maybe
beer.
some whiskey going. You
Hey,
know.
Nick, maybe some bees.
Bees.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll help the swelling. Maybe.
Bees everywhere.
Protect yourself.
You'll be seeing the pink stuff fall off against.
Oh,
I'm not sure. So how just so out of curiosity, so how does the spoon work on your eye?
You take your spoon. I have a spoon here. And you just cup it on your eye. Or the smaller one, I guess whatever size. And you just cup it on your eye and make sure it's cold.
Oh,
Right.
cold.
And just
Okay.
keep it on there for a few minutes. It always worked for me.
I'll try that when I go back upstairs.
for sure.
Nick will become the tick. Spoon. I don't think anybody remembers the tick.
Right. I don't think so.
No. Oh wow. I feel old now.
I'm just kidding.
And that was a cartoon in the 90s.
Hey, I'm
didn't
just
watch
I'm
it
just
then.
kidding. Hey, I'm kidding. I know what you're talking about.
I was gonna say it did sound familiar. I
The
know
tick,
I didn't-
in the beginning, dub dwee do 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 dwee do. And he had Arthur, his sidekick that was like a moth, and
And Chris,
I
to
like the
answer your
voice
question, my face is warm as a result of this warm washcloth. If you're asking that,
Right.
hello, washcloth, my old friend.
Yeah. And also like there were like several like big reasons why the remake was made. Not just the terrible voice acting, but also the graphics. Like the graphics at the time of 2002 would improved on the whole atmosphere of the game, as we could see through
Well, what was that? The PS1
on the PS1. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, of course they had to improve. I mean, they were very vectored.
Yes.
Then
Here is what it was like on the GameCube remake in 2002. Look, just this image alone tells you everything. Look at this. There's used
right. You could see the curves and everything instead of like hexagon.
I wasn't. Wow, Tom. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the shadow effects, the lighting, all of this.
Well, there's that too.
Creating such a chilling atmosphere throughout the whole mansion.
The creep.
But I mean, just to mirror the fact that they actually had curves instead of like how it was like in the PS1. Like, I mean, things were more boxed, you know what I mean? Like the hexagons and stuff like that. Like there was no actual true curves in that.
I like the lighting, the darkness, like the shadowing.
Yeah. Like Chris taking out another zombie. Yeah, like
hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's a good song, Tom.
Okay. Yeah, I thought when you were saying about curves and all that, I thought and hexagons, I thought you were talking about something else.
No. I was talking about the actual graphics.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I think he meant actually like details.
Yeah,
like back in the PS1 days, it was like line, and then like when they made the remakes, there was more curves to the actual.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not always perverted, damn it. You know, I do have some substance to some of the things that I say. You know, I mean.
All right.
I just gotta shout out.
Come on, give me a little more credit than that, because this is Tom's World. Oh, Nick.
Yeah, I'll get it up in a second, but real quick,
I got you, Tom.
That's the second. That's the second mention, by the way.
Right.
Santi, it's okay if people ask. That's totally fine. I know they're going to be just as curious. I'm already expecting, but because Mr. Leon asked, Mr. Leon, I got a sty on the bottom corner of my right eye, so that's why I got this washcloth over. But no, other than that, I'm okay. It's just very annoying.
Yeah,
I do have a patch I can get, and I could just put it on right now, and then you won't feel as bad.
Probably one.
I mean, I could do that for you if you want.
Yeah, do that.
All right. Well,
that was actually the one issue I had, because I had to go to work today, and I was working at a grocery store. People were looking at me. We're like, you could tell that they really want to ask, saying, "Geez, what happened to your eye?" And I said, I was like, "All right, I get it. It's because of my eye, isn't it?" It's like I got, and they actually they were correct on that. So I had to tell them numerous times. So it's not the first time anybody's asked me what happened.
Right. I got you. Oh, where did Tom go?
I think he's getting that iPad. That's supposed to iPad for me.
Yep.
He's joining it.
Hey, he's helping you fulfill your lifelong dream of becoming a pirate.
I'll be just like Jeremy, like when he had the eye patch. Put on the eye patch or just the ace bandage.
Ace bandage, yep. Then you can tell people you were a survivor of the Spencer Mansion.
Oh my gosh.
Or you could put a song on your eye.
I always thought Leon was the main character for the whole series. Oh, yes. I mean, that is true. Leon Kennedy does make a lot of appearances throughout the franchise. Introduced in the second game. Then he plays another big role in Resident Evil 4, going to that village to save the president's daughter, Ashley Graham. And let's see, in that god-awful sixth game, seriously, the sixth game was just sloppy in terms of story and gameplay.
Oh, real quick, I just got to share this out.
Here, you are a pirate king. Pirates of Penzance.
I want to be a pirate of the Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, because I actually was part of the run crew when Pirates of Penzance was being performed at my university.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was part of the run crew. I was one of the guys that was taking props in and out of the stage, like in between scenes.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. So it was a pretty good experience. I mean, you spend most of the time just waiting in the back room. So I was just like hanging out, talking to friends, playing games, and doing things on my phone. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So in
That was a
DLC.
pirate.
Oh yeah, like there were not that many redeeming qualities to this day, even after 12 years. There's not that many redeeming qualities about Resident Evil 6.
Mm.
I don't
Yeah.
hear it very frequently.
Yeah, like it's probably better just to stay away from Resident Evil 6. Just go to the 7th game, Biohazard.
Yeah.
Because what I got as far as Resident Evil games go, because I told you, Don, I purchased a few of them. I got the first, second, third, fourth. I still haven't played this one yet. Resident Evil 0.
Oh yeah, that's the prequel. Yes.
And also Resident Evil Resistance.
Oh wait, Resistance? That was like that multiplayer game. Like they would like the there was like when the third I'm guessing that's I'm thinking you're referring to like there was like this like that got me thinking of this all extra content part of Resident Evil 3 Remake, which was basically just filler, because it had a short campaign. We're just gonna get it. So in order to make up for that, to attempt to make up for that, we're just gonna throw on some multiplayer mode that nobody asked for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, and I don't think I actually intentionally purchased it on Steam because I think it came with one of the other games.
Love
So
Remake
one of
shit.
those like double game features, like one of those double game features. So it came. I know it came with one of the Resident Evil games. I just don't remember which one it was.
Yeah. The movie sequels probably because the sequels, each sequel just went more and more off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kept like in Resident Evil Afterlife, for instance, they introduced they brought back Claire Redfield, and they also introduced Chris Redfield, who was absent throughout everything in the first in the events, which he should have was involved with in the games, but he's just introduced just there, and then they took him out of the franchise and never came back without rhyme or reason.
I couldn't find an eye patch, but I found these little wraparound things that you get from the eye doctor.
Oh, those things. I've seen those before.
Oh yeah.
So I figured you don't feel alone,
After my storyline, I really wanted to be a crossover for the Alien franchise. Huh.
Why would you want to make that a crossover for the Alien franchise?
Oh god, could you even imagine if the aliens were from the Alien franchise were infected with the T virus?
Oh God.
I just don't.
It's like they're already dangerous enough.
Yeah. I just don't see that, unfortunately.
I mean, the aliens they have corrosive blood, and they multiply like crazy. And to infect them with a T virus, that just seems like a really terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh man, but like one of the things that I didn't really like about the original version, I know that some people have been used to it because whereas the tank controls where you have to like control it a certain way to there's a stick that you use to go forward and back, and the other stick to use to like turn, and then use the stick to go forward in that direction, like tank controls. They use it's like I'm not saying it's like a flaw in the game. It's just something I never really liked. I mean, some people have adapted to it. Like those were the controls they used to play the original Tomb Raider games to really add to the challenge of movement. But I just never really liked tank controls. Or also inverted controls. That's another thing that get. I don't like this. Did you like doing the moon? Oh yeah, there's
moonwalk.
This is glitch in the first game where you could just make it look like they're doing a moonwalk, where you just rapidly tap the movement button and it just looks like moonwalking.
I never even knew that existed.
But yeah, I know. Oh, I wasn't referring to.
Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren. Chris, I wasn't referring to. Yeah, I wasn't referring to Resident Evil when I said inverted control. I mean, just in general, I don't like inverted controls. Yeah.
We had a question earlier. Oh, I think you already answered it. It was how did you like the movie versions?
I think that was Billy that asked that question.
I can't find it.
I think we already answered. Yeah, about the movies. Yeah, movies. The first one was okay for what it was at the time, but the sequels just no.
No.
Just no.
It's like a B movie.
Yeah, pretty much. It's to me, all that is just Resident Evil fan fiction. Paul W.S. Anderson's Resident Evil fan fiction. That's what that is. He's just like throwing in random monsters, random people, and without rhyme or reason. Yeah.
And I think Lauren, the main person isn't even in the game, right?
No, she's not. Alice? No. That's just something that Paul W.S. Anderson made up for the movies. And he ended up marrying the actress who played her.
So for all of you that are just joining us for the first time, notice the lack of reaction from everybody to the bottle caps on my face because they're just like, oh, whatever. That's not
No,
funny.
I
You're
noticed
used to it.
I didn't even.
I noticed
no,
it.
didn't
I
even
just wasn't going
notice.
to say anything.
I was waiting for it to fall.
I was waiting. Yeah, I was waiting
No,
for it to
one
fall.
fell, and I couldn't find it. But yeah,
I'm waiting still.
Are those
the
bottle
oils on my face. Hold them on there.
Ah, Billy.
Oh gosh.
Look at my wife.
Got
She's the girl from Resident Evil.
That's right.
Yeah, and also
Got
their
that.
daughter, and I believe their daughter Ever Anderson was playing a role in the last Resident Evil, the final chapter of Resident Evil movie. Yeah,
Take
she
my
played
wife, please.
Yeah, Ever Anderson, and also played Wendy in Peter Pan and Wendy, that Disney movie. Yeah, it was her.
Listen, there is only really one Peter Pan type story that I like, and that was Fox's Peter and Wendy. Like Tim Curry played Captain Hook,
Right.
in that. Like he voiced Captain Hook in that. That is the best. I mean, listen, Robin Williams, Hook, it was okay. It was okay.
Mhm.
Dustin Hoffman as Captain Hook, no, man, get out of here with that. Tim Curry as Captain Hook would have been in live action. Peter and Wendy, oh my God, that would have been so great.
Well, yeah.
But I'm just saying, my opinion. I know we branch off and stuff like that. You know, it's just.
I got you.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at something else. Lauren just because she just messaged me, asked once again what happened to my eye. But what she said this time was corncob gotcha.
Nope, it was a pickle.
Nobody's ever even looks like her mother. Yeah. What kind of name is Ever anyway?
Ever?
It's like Apple
It's an infinite
What?
name.
and North.
Curry's in a wheelchair now.
Yeah, that's right. Because Nick, he had a stroke over 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew he had the stroke, but
Yeah,
I didn't
he
know
can't.
that.
That's
he
what
can't
it's
stand. He can't stand on his own. He can barely talk.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, that's what a stroke does.
Yeah, it
It's-
does. That really impacts everything.
It's different for everybody. I mean, depending on how strong it is, but
Well,
like
yeah.
for him, it was pretty strong. Like it's upsetting to watch him talk now, but the fact that he still can talk, you know,
Right.
it's-
I mean, I've seen him in interviews, so yeah, I know how bad it is.
he does cameos and stuff like that.
He does.
So yeah, like you can go to cameo.com and you can have Tim Curry say something to somebody for you and stuff like that. And he's done things where he'll do live streams for people and stuff like that.
That's it.
But man, it's so sad. I mean, he is my favorite actor.
He's a legend.
He is a legend. Yes.
He is Frankenfurter. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, he was also the concierge in Home Alone too.
Yeah, but
Pennywise.
that's way like not even
After.
secondary. That's like not even third-dary. That's like
What
you
about
know,
Pennywise?
Pennywise. Well, I mean, the guy that what was it, Bill Skarsgård or whatever. That like, he did a good version of it. It was more scary than what Tim Curry had, but the Tim Curry version of it was on a TV series. It wasn't a movie.
Yeah,
and at the time they didn't have they couldn't do like gore and stuff like that on the TV series, and it was like on a major network like NBC, ABC, something like that. So, I mean, but for what they had, Tim Curry was scary. You know, we all float down here.
we all like Tales from the Crypt. I remember.
Float down here. I mean, it's different than we all float down here. Like, I mean, that's a different level, you know. But
we all float down there. Yes, we do.
Let's not forget, he was also in that episode of Tales from the Crypt with the salesman.
Yep.
And in Legend, he played the devil.
Yep. Legend.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, I always practice like both those voices for Pennywise. Yeah, like especially Bill Skarsgård Pennywise. Yeah, like I mentioned this before. Sometimes I practice while I'm driving, just going and being like, "Whoa!"
But Tim Curry is different though.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
you
but
gotta
Tim Curry
get, you
was
gotta
like,
get that
oh yeah, but Tim Curry,
English.
he was.
You gotta get that English inflection. We all float down here.
Oh yeah, but Tim Curry, I loved his energy when he was Pennywise. So you know,
yeah.
that's something that will
You
stick
tell
with
he
me
was
always.
having fun.
Yeah, that's something that will just stick with me always when I watch that movie.
But he
Also
sat
hard.
in that makeup chair for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See
Totally.
Nina said there was a behind the scene picture where he got a picture with all the kids from the movie. Of course, obviously in real life, they actually enjoyed being around them. They
Right,
actually
yeah.
had fun hanging
Yeah.
out with them. So
Yeah. Oh, guys, here I just remembered something.
good night, Joe.
Good night,
Have a
Joe.
good night. Thanks,
Yeah.
Joe.
Here, I forgot to mention another monster in this. Yeah, another that becomes pretty common in the games. Here, a hunter.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Those guys things got insanely sharp claws.
I can't get Tim Curry out of my mind now.
Yeah.
When did that eyeball come out? The eyeball that plastered on the wall?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I forgot which one it was.
Eyeball plastered in the wall.
Yeah, they had an
Like
eyeball, and it was, I think, I don't know what it was. It was,
Oh,
an and it was plastered on the wall, and it had a, I don't know, it had a, like
tentacles to it.
no, it started, it had a heartbeat to it, too.
I now have Clue in my mind. What the hell is going on? I can't stop thinking Tim Curry.
Oh man.
1 + 1 + 2 + 1. 1 + 2 + 2 + 1.
Come and sit with us.
Oh, and here's another.
Communism is just a red herring.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Yeah,
up?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to see where you were. But,
Where's your spoon?
Warm up the washcloth.
Yeah, get the
I keep forgetting the spoon. Damn it.
Spoon will
Here's-
work.
Oh yeah, and here, guys, is arguably the most tragic villain in Resident Evil history. Right here.
It's Nick.
Yeah, it's me. It was me the whole time.
That right there is Lisa Trevor.
That's Lisa Trouble.
Yep.
She got a badonkadonk. What
She
the-
wears the face.
She's gonna start.
Whoa.
Twerk.
Grenade launcher, good choice.
Twerk,
Whoa.
But that does nothing though.
Don't you have to aim the head?
Aggravating.
You right.
She'll just get up.
That ass though.
Seriously.
Kitty.
Damn, she had a badonkadonk, man. What the fuck?
Really, Tom?
Tell me she didn't.
He's an ass man.
What is your
No,
cat-
I'm not
Come on.
really.
Tama?
What's your
T-A-M-A.
cat's
I'm actually more of a boob man, but
Tama?
Tama.
That doesn't make it
Mama.
better.
Okay.
Doesn't make it better. Anyway, so yeah, Lisa Trevor is probably the most tragic villain because what happened was the Umbrella Corporation, because they operate from that mansion, as we all know. And so one of the people who were occupying the mansion was the Trevor family, who were like employees. Like the parents were employees of Umbrella, and they had a daughter named Lisa Trevor, 14 years old. What they were said like her father was pretty much responsible for building that mansion, setting everything up. But then Umbrella decided, you know what, we want to kill all the witnesses, people that know about this mansion, like know about what it's hiding. So they killed Lisa Trevor's parents, and then they used Lisa Trevor to experiment with multiple forms of the T virus. And over the course of time, she had basically been so horribly mutated, and they were like messed up thing though is they were making her think that her parents were still alive by having like fake doubles, like knowing that they had killed their parents. They had been people impersonating her parents. Like that's just messed up. And then she broke free and ended up killing a whole lot of the Umbrella like employees that she came across with, and wearing like a whole bunch of their faces over her face.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's almost like a more messed up version of Leatherface, or like that guy in Face Off.
yeah, pretty much.
Face.
And so she just runs around, like not runs, she like moves around just crying out, "Mother!" Like she's looking for her mother.
Mother, tell your children not to work my way.
Right,
Sorry, Danzig
Yeah.
moment.
But it's seriously tragic, Tom. It seriously is.
Well, it's a video game, so how seriously can it be?
That's like-
Don, when did that little boy come in?
Hmm?
They had a little boy too that was there. They had to save him also.
Little boy. There was
Yeah.
a little boy in the first game.
Hello, little boy.
No, they didn't have that. I think you're thinking of something else. No, they
Welcome to the Umbrella Corporation.
You sure it's not any of the you sure it's not
No.
any of the sequels, Don?
Well, there was a little girl, Sherry Birkin in the second game.
Mm,
Okay.
There was that, but nothing like nobody like that in the first game.
no.
So and think about Lisa Trevor. Yeah, as you could saw, you try shooting her, but mainly that's gonna do is just make her mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like, and also you can't kill her. It's like, sure, she'll go down after like a few blasts from the grenade launcher, as you saw, but she doesn't die.
No.
No, so
They literally have to run away from her.
pretty much, yeah, just like Nemesis in the third game. That was the only character in Resident Evil that I was afraid of was Nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's another topic for another when we cover that game as well later
I
on.
know I know you'll be looking forward to cover that one because that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, well, mainly more of a fan of the original PS1 version as opposed to the remake. I feel like they cut out so many great things that the original version had of Resident Evil 3.
Right.
Yeah, it's like with the remake of Resident Evil 3, I feel the exact opposite about it as I do for the remake of the first two games.
Mm.
Silent Hill Homecoming, maybe.
Yeah, and I think you're mixing Silent Hill with it. I think everybody's mixing
Well,
Silent
and
Hill.
it's kind of ironic because, like, if you
Well,
look at
they are similar. So
they are
I
similar,
can
and also
understand.
both original versions were released the same year, 1996.
Like they did both have that aspect where you had to mix like two different elements and to
They were
make
both
like the
survival
antidote and I mean I get it, but
The movie's
They are
coming
too-
out. A new
yeah,
one.
there's
they're-
another one.
That new Silent Hill film. Now, I got to be honest. Now, I'm surprised they never did like a cross. I could see Resident Evil and Silent Hill crossing over in some way. I'm surprised they never made a crossover between those two games.
Yeah. So Chris was saying that Umbrella Corporation is awesome. Yeah, I was telling them earlier
Kind of
that
trash in Seattle.
yeah, I was telling them earlier that the Umbrella Corporation, as far as like fictional organizations go and like these movies and these games, this one is among the most crooked and like greedy and like morally depraved organizations in fictional history. Like their main focus their only focus is experimenting, doing these illegal genetic and viral experiments to create these bioweapons for the military to try to sell to the military. They're doing all this for money.
yeah,
All this, everything you
damn
saw,
government.
yeah, everything. Well, it's not the government. It's this organization, Umbrella.
Corporation.
Yeah,
And who do you think they work for?
and the Umbrella.
Government.
I mean, this Umbrella Corporation is like an example of like the dangers of like unchecked and scientific experimentation and just how the abuse of corporate power can have.
But logically speaking, who would you think they would work for? I mean, come on. Had to be the government.
Work for or own.
I'm not picking one side or the
It's-
other. I'm
I
not
don't
trying to
think
be
that-
political.
I
I'm
mean-
just saying the government in general.
Well,
Yeah, it's usually pretty much the
well,
case.
Umbrella Corporation Umbrella did have like significant influence on like the political aspect of Raccoon City, where Umbrella is based in. I mean, it had a corrupt, like, Raccoon City is like one of the worst places to live in, like in video games, because they had a corrupt
It's like
political
San
system.
Francisco.
They had a corrupt political system. Like, their police chief was a scumbag to begin with. I mean, aside from accepting bribes from Umbrella, like when you play Resident Evil 2, you find documents which conclude that Chief Irons had a history of violence towards women and he's just an overall scumbag.
Colorado. Jeez.
No,
Yeah,
it sounds more like California,
Yeah.
really.
And he's even
I'm
and
just
he's even worse in the remake of the second game. And I know because I played it. I've done a live stream of it.
See, one other game I was thinking that has that similarity, and this one too, Don, is Outlast, but in that case, that's the Murkoff Corporation.
Right. Oh yes. But no, I think Umbrella is definitely worse than Murkoff.
Yeah, well, and I think Murkoff in Outlast, I don't think it. As far as I know, I don't think that one actually did work for the government. That was obviously a true top secret one, but you could tell it had no connections with the government.
Yeah, but so like I said, this T-shirt, like I was telling everybody earlier, Jill, like now my parents like thought that umbrella when I got this T-shirt, they thought it was a real organization.
I didn't even notice your shirt until you just pointed that out, Don.
I like it.
Yeah, and I told them, no, it's not, and be thankful it's not.
Careful down there watching us, the government.
I don't care if Umbrella is watching me. I don't care.
They're
They're gonna,
underground.
you know what's going to happen. They're going to have to confiscate this episode of FearFans.
listen. If the government is watching,
I would like to see the government try.
I would like to make videos for the PA state parks system. So if the government's watching, just contact me.
I was gonna say, I gotta say, it would be so funny if like the most top secret piece of evidence that the government ever would have would be nothing more than just episodes of This Is Tom's World.
Well, listen. Not the last video I put up, but the one before that.
Good night, Lauren.
Where I found a tunnel in the woods. That could be a big deal for my channel, because that. And I'll put it out there on this feed right now. That could be part of the Underground Railroad that I found.
I saw that link. That looked really fast. I haven't been able to watch it yet, but that looks really fascinating.
So if it is in fact part of the Underground Railroad, that is huge for my channel.
Yeah.
Well, I hear your cat, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a cat?
Yeah, it's
a cat.
He's 102 years old.
Well, he sounds like he's meow.
Kitty ears.
Meow.
Meow.
He's talking.
Meow.
He wants to be on.
He wants to join.
So you got a new guest on.
Yeah, I think so.
He comes on
podcast.
He comes on several times.
Yeah,
he's got a deeper voice than any guy on here.
He has a say on the game,
Yes, he's a fan. I can tell.
I think he wants to basically go through every detail of that game, Don.
Yeah,
I know what he said too. He said that he does not like the Cerberus.
Oh yeah, the Cerberus are terrifying. They're the scariest thing about the game for him.
He did say that he loves This Is Tom's World. This is like the fifth instance of me saying it, and nobody has put it up there.
No, I have, and I'm already.
No, you weren't there.
Oh.
He's put it up.
There's actually 4, but you're close.
Here's something. Here's something that cat would be really terrified of. Right here. This is the final boss of the game.
Oh,
the tyrant.
Damn it!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's Wesker.
Put your glasses on, Don.
Wait, that's Johnny Cage.
In hell.
Get over here.
He's gonna hit him in the ball. He's gonna hit him in the balls.
Don's in the game.
Premature.
Whoa!
This thing doesn't play around.
Kind of reminds me of Chris Walker.
No.
Christopher Walken?
No, Chris
There's
Walker
me.
from Outlast.
Yeah, that's me. Christopher Walken.
We're watching Half Speed. Hey, what's up, Josh? Tomb Raider was a video game turned movie. I didn't realize so many movies were born out of video games. Thoughts?
They are.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
He says, "Yeah, that's me, Christopher Walken."
No, Chris Walker from Outlast. That's what I'm saying.
Walken.
And speaking of cats, yes, I'm sure we all.
Yeah, well, she's not here now, so she's
there one that was used to be? It's all white.
Oh,
and
hey, Shadowheart.
walls and climb the ceiling, and it went all over the place, and you had to kill it up there, down there, around there, everywhere.
Oh man.
She said you'd have to kill it down there.
Oh Jesus. Wow, Tom.
Beavis and Butthead moment.
Yep. And so as far as as far as here, hang on. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys the final boss fight in Resident Evil, because it's final boss is what's called the Tyrant, which is like the one thing that Umbrella was really trying to create, this super soldier, but obviously another monster had gone and that's out of control. You know, like there's seriously the T-Virus it's like it's not worth it. Seriously, it's like Umbrella shouldn't experiment with anything that dangerous, but
no,
yeah, they don't care. All they care about is profiting off of it.
I thought that other one was the final boss.
Nope, this.
Pretty hard.
Look at that. You can't even
like this guy's pretty tough.
He is. Those claws are no joke.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's massive.
Yeah, he'll do that. Look at all the damage you shoot though. Thank God.
It's in a matter of a few hits.
Here.
Jill, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
The only way to stop it is with that rocket launcher.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And in case you're wondering what happens to the mansion, as soon as they leave by helicopter, there's they had activated like there was a self-destruct that activated, and so
It blows up.
They split up, didn't they?
Blows up.
Whoa. That
Fire.
was a terrible waste. I like that man.
Your wife?
Fire.
yep. So
White fire.
yeah,
Fire. Fire.
yeah.
Man,
So
fire,
we got-
fire,
we literally got
fire.
it there at the
Oh,
last minute.
fire!
Oh here. I think the best edition of the game is a Crimson Head zombie.
Damn
Oh,
it, Beavis,
yes.
calm down.
You're
no,
absolutely
no,
right.
fire! Fire! Sorry.
Yes. One of the most terrifying aspects of the game, as Shadowheart just pointed out, I was going to mention this, is the Crimson Head.
Mm.
Yeah, the Crimson Head, which is like this. Well, it's hard. Let me. How do I explain this? So what you would do with what happens? Well, is that there's there's zombies that are throughout the game. I already mentioned that, but when you shoot a zombie in this game, unlike the original, you shoot it down. Unless you burn it or take off its head, it comes back later on as a Crimson Head. And I got this footage right here from someone who was who came across a Crimson Head, was trying to burn it. Here, this is what happens when you don't kill the zombies properly. They come back as this.
You want to give me some Crimson Head?
Burn his body. Just thinking, you know.
Whoa. Someone's really freaking out.
Yeah, I came across this girl's footage. I don't know who this is.
Oh my god!
They run.
That's me. Run.
Oh my god, I'm running!
Well, I could see that obviously whoever's playing that game is obviously going through some very traumatizing moments right there.
That's something they added to really add more tension to the game, because when you put a zombie down, you have to make sure you burn it, or if you blow its head off, it won't come back as that thing. But if it's left like on the ground, then it'll turn into one of those things depending on what like difficulty you're playing as. If you're playing like easy mode, it could be like up to between an hour, maybe an hour and a half, but hard mode, it could vary. It always varies. Like sometimes it could be 5 minutes. It could be like 15 minutes. Yeah. So that's a little something extra to put you on edge.
Crazy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Crimson Heads. Those are no joke.
One second here.
In Japan, they used to.
What?
I officially terrified Nick.
What did Nick say when he was leaving?
Something here.
I heard I'm gonna suck it here. And
There's something here.
What is going on with you, Todd?
Listen.
He heard wrong.
I'm just going on what Nick said. I swear I heard him say I'm going to suck it here, and he left.
Fix your earbuds.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
He'll be back. Nick
Yeah,
will
okay.
be back.
Well, he'll be back when he's done sucking it there, I guess.
Oh my god.
In Japan, if you buy one of those games, you get a badge, like a raccoon badge, and you get a police badge to go with it as a promotion for the game.
Nice.
They did, yes.
And then you get an umbrella badge.
Yeah. Oh, Chris is saying so they spread the T virus everywhere with that explosion. Well, I believe that the fire may have stopped the virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I believe there are some viruses that don't survive heat, so yeah, they stopped the infection and were there, but in the next game, apparently Umbrella wanted to keep the whole thing secret, cover the whole thing up, and even went to Iron saying like that all the surviving Stars members from that mansion incident should keep their mouths shut, but no, like they Stars, after what they experienced, they were determined to put an end to Umbrella after that. And especially what happens right after that, within a couple months, the Raccoon City becomes infected with the T virus, and also there's also the G virus. So that's all the work. The G virus is the work of Dr. William Birkin, who is one of the main villains of Resident Evil 2. Yeah, Umbrella scientist. So it's like when you think about this game, it's like it just makes you wonder, man. Like when it comes to like experimenting with viruses, I feel like that's really not something. I feel like viruses are just something we should never touch at all. I mean, yes, sure, it's not likely that we're going to end up creating something like what we see in the games. That seems unlikely, but there could be something that could potentially pose a significant. That obviously there are things that if we experiment with, they could pose a significant threat to others, to everyone.
COVID.
Yeah, I think it's just, because they manipulate it. So then it's just supposed to be the extreme version of mutations from genetic mutation from manipulating the virus.
Right. And let's see, Shadowheart. Yes, that is right. It happened with 2 months after the first game, and partially, a big part of it was because it was spread by rats, infected rats. Yeah, because like I said, the virus will infect just about anything. Humans, animals, doesn't matter.
I'm actually going to duck out right now.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, it was great having you on, Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, bye,
I had
Tommy.
to
Out here,
show up.
Tom.
Yeah, I'm gonna duck out. I got to get to bed. I got to get up early for work and all that.
Hey,
I was hoping you'd wait because I actually wanted to make a quick announcement before we end the show.
Go ahead.
Do you mind if I say it now, Don? Since
No,
he's about to head out.
Please, yes.
I haven't made this public. I mean, I haven't even posted on Facebook yet, but you guys are the first to know. I'm excited to tell you that I am bringing back my show, Nick Files, tomorrow afternoon.
Nice.
All right. When are the damn stories coming out that I did?
I'm Don. I'm sorry, Tom. I have been going right now. I have been going literally in all different directions with so many projects. I promise I'll get to them. It's just gonna be a much longer process.
What the hell was the name of my story? I always forget.
Boogers.
Booger.
Oh, was it? Booger. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah.
No.
That was a weird.
Whoa, Chris! No, I didn't say that.
Lisa, congratulations.
You guys.
Congratulations. It's a boy.
So Nick is going to be a father.
And he's fathering the Nick Files.
Yeah.
Nick's in cornfield.
Children of the Corn Files.
It's a pickle.
You know what? It is. It's a pickle. It is, and
that's why I'm saying I'll let you guys know if we keep it.
Baby Nick.
No, but that's cool that you're coming back, man.
Yeah, we're coming back. It's actually going to be a crossover tomorrow afternoon. We're also going to deal with the show To the Grave and Back because we're actually going to make it a two-parter for Wednesday and Thursday. And I'll just give the quick subject of what it's going to be because it is perfect of how we're starting it off. Tomorrow, as well as early Thursday on April 4th, April 3rd and 4th is going to be marking the 50th anniversary of one of the worst tornado outbreaks to have ever struck the United States. That was the it was known as the super outbreak of April 3rd and 4th, 1974. And tomorrow's the anniversary. There's going to be numerous memorials and events that are happening throughout the country that are honoring, what happened 50 years ago. And I felt like it was just within my heart that I needed to take part. And it gets even better. I'm actually part of the Super Outbreak Facebook page, like where people who survived and remembered it. I'm going to advertise on the page, and I can't say for sure. We might even have some of the original survivors of the outbreak from the 70s watching the show.
Oh,
feel free to share that link to BB3 though.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it will be broadcasted on BB3 too.
Yeah.
So as before, so it's going to be huge. I've been once I get off here, I got to get back to work on finishing the slideshow. There is a lot to. We're not going to cover all the tornadoes in the outbreak because in total there were 148 tornadoes during that 24-hour period. So we're not going to be able to cover all of them, obviously, but we're going to cover the most notorious ones from the outbreak.
Right.
All right.
Awesome.
Gotcha. Well, hey, Tom,
Thanks
so much for being out here. It's awesome to have you.
No problem,
Thanks.
man. I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Take care.
Take care, Tom.
See ya.
All right. Yeah, it's great having him on the show. Yeah. So to wrap this up, Resident Evil 2002 remake. Yeah, Resident Evil. I was trying to say Resident Evil 2002. Yeah, I was trying to say Resident Evil 2002 remake is to this day still one of my favorite horror games, one of my favorite games of all time. And if you want to experience the ultimate experience, if you want to have the ultimate experience in survival horror, Resident Evil, definitely check it out. Because this game, it's terrifying. It's to this day still scary as hell.
I had nightmares from this.
Yeah, I was more nightmares tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when I was little, when my babysitter, Brian, when he showed me like Resident Evil 2, like I wasn't really that scared of it. Like with the zombies, the monsters, I thought they were. It's like sure they were scary, but I thought they were really cool. And it's like sure I didn't understand the context of the game, being too little to understand, Umbrella and whatnot. But I thought the monsters were pretty cool.
Yeah, they are cool. It's just they seeped into my dreams. So I was chased by those dogs.
Oh.
There was giant spiders even, and zombies, of course. So I don't know what's going on.
But the only thing that really scared me in the games, like I said, was Nemesis. That thing. Oh man, when I first saw him when I was little in that game, oh my god, it's like I couldn't because you couldn't kill him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's unstoppable. Almost.
He is nearly unstoppable. So. Yeah, that is going to conclude this episode of the FearFans podcast. Like I'm thinking about what to do for next week. I've been having thoughts about like Scream 3. Want to do it, cover another Scream movie, but also Stranger Things season 2. Nick, get caught up, please.
Why not also do Ghostbusters 2, considering that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is still out?
Yeah, that's one option. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll let the fans decide. I'll put it up a poll, let them vote. Yeah, so on my YouTube channel, if you go to the community page, let's see, before this day is out, I'll throw on some options of like what you guys can vote for next week's FearFans podcast. For next week's episode. So be sure to check that out.
Noon. It's lunch.
What's that?
It's noon. It's lunchtime.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
Oh yes, that's right. In Japan, yes, true.
Yeah, over here it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yep. Yeah. What time is it in California, Jill?
8.
Yeah, they're 2 hours behind us.
That's right. Yes. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed this because I had a lot of fun. Discussing a video game for a change. So we're definitely gonna have to do this. We're definitely gonna have to do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to tune in tomorrow when I go and return to God of War Ragnarok to try to continue on with some more after I had that. Like Wi-Fi blackout yesterday in the middle of the live stream. So hopefully that doesn't happen again tomorrow or at all.
Blackout yesterday?
Wi-Fi went out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so hopefully that doesn't happen tomorrow or again ever. So
one thing.
Yes.
I'm going to be going to the U.S. Lexington.
Oh.
Aircraft carrier. And
really?
Feely person. I'm going to be the touchy-feely person. So I'm gonna be here, and everyone's gonna go on the ship, and I'm gonna tell, okay, there's that. This is the lady. Her name was Sarah. She was killed by the dentist, and she got pregnant by the dentist, and they gutted her open. The baby was saved. She lived till 70 years old. The mother, she was thrown overboard.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Man.
they killed her. He strangled her, and when she was still alive, she was unconscious. He just opened her up, took
Oh
the
my
baby.
God.
Yeah.
Christ.
Well, I found out through Sarah because she told me everything what happened to her,
Jesus.
and I found out that her body was dumped overboard because they couldn't find her body.
Oh, geez, that's horrible.
That's horrific.
So yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff happened. In fact, he had an accomplice. He had an accomplice that did that, and he was in the brig, and he started scratching people when they did tours of the Lexington. So yeah,
That's crazy.
it's I found him. I saw where he is, and he tried to tell me all kinds of crazy stuff. I said, "No, you're not going to do that to me. No. I'm not going to take that from you." Yeah, he's one crazy SOB. I tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Evidently so.
Oh, one final thing too, in case you want to check this out too, just because I almost forgot. I'm also, in addition to the Nick Files coming back tomorrow, I'm also going to be on Kat Hobson's show once again tomorrow night from Birmingham, Alabama. So, which is a radio show this time, not like the other podcasts. But yeah, if you guys want to tune in, listen. I'll share the link out. So it'll be great to talk with. It'll be great to talk with Kat Hobson again.
All right. So, if there's I hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe to all my channel, to Nick's channel, to Things Network, to This Is Tom's World, to everything, everything we do. Subscribe. Yes. So, yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.